It's TGI Now time. Back again in the K420 studio, discussing real authentic truth talk, freedom of speech, and living in the now. Free in your mind.
One episode at a time.
Shit, we try.
Yes, you are.
I got the shirt on too, one episode at a time.
Yeah, you do have it on.
Yeah, the back.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You got your Caps hat on?
Of course, man. Let me tell you something.
Representing.
Today, for some reason, you guys always make great pizza, but today, for some reason, your pepperoni pizza was delicious. I mean, it was so good, cheesy. You guys got to try their pizzas, man. Cap sponsors us. I mean, like they always hook us up every week. It's almost a year now.
It's a year. That's actually this week.
And they've been really good to us, and we put it out there because they truly are good. But the pizza is good. We could have had other pizza shops sponsor us. Mm-hmm. We chose them because they make the best pizza, and they're true patriots.
Absolutely.
And it's a nice place. They've been around a long time. Knocking out pizza since 1987. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you guys want to check them out, they're in 27th and Osborne. What's the phone number?
772-770-CAPS. Give them a call.
Amen.
Ask for Texas. She'll help you out.
So, John, as we were working out, we were discussing this, this movie that you were telling me about.
The Great Reset.
Yeah.
I mean, the Great Awakening.
The Great Awakening. Because we were talking about that's what we need, a Great Awakening. And it's in the Bible, the Great Awakening. And then you said, no, there's a movie now called The Great Awakening.
It just came out.
Have you seen it?
I sent it to Rondell.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it, but
yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's based on the whole Plandemic thing.
Okay.
From the beginning, when the guy did the Plandemic, that Mickey Willis is the guy's name, and he did the Plandemic movie back when COVID first came out, and then now he's followed up with another one. This is his third one called The Great Awakening. So he shows you what happened during the pandemic, and then he shows you where we're at now with all the truths coming out. People starting to see what's going on. People know what the World Economic Forum is. They know what these things are because before we didn't know that. Like Nick Novak on one of our shows. I mean, he was the one that was talking about the World Economic Forum. He was talking about Davos, and he used to tell people about Davos years ago. And they were like, "Nah, Davos. This guy wants to talk about Davos, and all that." And we were like, "Nah."
Look at us.
Now look at us. Exactly. It's like it's crazy. So these are things that are being brought to the light, so it's helping to spark the Great Awakening. Everything's being shined on the darkness, so now people see where this is all coming from. The World Economic Forum is not a governed entity; it's a private entity, just like the Federal Reserve and everything. It's all private entities. So we're realizing that none of these people that are running the planet are elected. We the people elected them.
These are just people who started something, and everybody agreed, yeah, we're going to back it.
Yeah, they're profiting, like BlackRock and all these big companies, they're the ones pretty much, calling all the shots.
Yeah.
What's going on around the world, man, especially here in the USA.
100%. Yeah. And
the U.S. has become like an open place now for thievery. It's almost like what Florida used to be.
Yeah.
Like Florida used to be the place where you want to con somebody, get some money. This was the place to come to. America has become that. Mm-hmm. So you got all these people from all these other countries and all these companies just fucking robbing us blind, and we're paying by it with our taxes and voting for it too. Mm-hmm. Yay, Biden, for all you Biden lovers.
Yeah.
So the thing is that we need to really start looking and standing up. Look, John and I truly believe that there's not going to be a fucking election, and politics is going to be fucking something of the past, and but you really got to start waking up to what's going on, because otherwise you're going to get caught up in the trap.
In the Great Reset,
Yeah.
that's the Great Reset. So that's why I said that that it's the Great Awakening or it's the Great Reset. What are you going to go with? Klaus Schwab wrote the book, COVID-19, the Great Reset. So they're telling you what they're going to do. He told people before that it came out.
I already know.
Yeah, so that's where we have to decide. Oh, are we going to follow that playbook, or are we going to follow our own playbook? What are we going to do?
I think the majority. I think the people that are controlling this are like less than 1,000. About 1,000 people are the ones that are doing all this, and we are. There's billions of us. That we could just say no.
Mm-hmm.
But.
And that's what the Great Awakening is, and that's where Project Looking Glass comes into play, because Project Looking Glass was being able to see the time travel, the future, and they showed all the different scenarios of everything they threw at humanity, and they saw at the very end what was the final outcome. It was the Great Awakening. Nothing could stop what was coming. So they would throw pandemics at us, they throw a nuclear war scare at us, throw a fake alien invasion at us, and every scenario, when you threw it into the simulator for the Project Looking Glass, the final result was they still woke up.
Right.
And that's what really it comes down to, is that they know that the humanity's going to wake up, but they have to keep throwing the agenda. They have to keep doing it because they sold themselves out to the World Economic Forum and Lucifer and the Satanist agenda.
Came back down now.
Exactly, and so this is what's happening. So I picture like the devil down in hell going, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. But they know that it's crumbling. He's letting them hang out to dry. They're letting these all these faces of the world, these 1,000 people or whoever, if they're human or what they are, they're hanging out to dry now. There's nothing that can save them. There's nothing going to stop what's coming because they're done. Like Rondell would say, they're going to come. The hand of God is coming for them because of what they did, the destruction they've done all these years. And that's what the movie The Great Awakening talks about. It talks about Fauci was the one that pushed the AZT AIDS drug and it killed all those people.
I was around at that time. My first wife passed away.
Well, he was a part of this, and the guy that did the movie, this Mickey Willis, his brother died from the AZT fucking pill from AIDS. He died from it, and then and so he started. It was Fauci.
Something, now that you say, I didn't think of that. Because I remember that if you had AIDS, the first thing they did, because my cousin died of AIDS, my ex-wife died of AIDS. So I remember that if you had AIDS, they gave you AZT. So it's almost like I'm thinking now, you got COVID and they give you the vaccine and people are dying.
Or they give you remdesivir and then it kills you. Yeah.
So here you are, the cure is the killer.
Exactly. And that's what Trump said when the pandemic came. Even Trump said, and I know people get mad about him talking about the vaccine and all that, but he said the cure can't be as worse as the disease. And that is what happened. The cure became worse than the disease. And he said
But I guess they've been doing it because if you think about it, the AZT didn't allow them to get better. They were like, if they had HIV, they would give them the AZT, and then they end up getting AIDS.
Exactly.
So it accelerated it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly. And so
the same thing that happened with COVID, right? That they were putting the ventilators, they were killing them with ventilators.
Yeah, 100%, because that was the protocol.
But they knew that they were doing it.
They knew it.
Yeah.
The nurses knew.
Oh yeah,
The nurses.
If the nurses knew, the doctors definitely knew what they were doing. Because
the doctors were part of the program. Remember, everybody was listening to the WHO, the World Health Organization,
and it was only nurses speaking out.
They were listening to who?
The WHO, and that's when Trump pulled us out of the WHO. Right during the pandemic, he pulled us out of there because he was showing people that the WHO was corrupt. That we need to get away from them, not listen to what they're saying. They're lying to us.
I mean, that's one thing. Say what you want about Trump. He could be just as corrupt as the rest of them, but he did try to expose the truth.
Yes.
He did try to tell us, look, this is what's happening.
Yes.
This is what's going on. This is what they've been doing, the swamp, all this bullshit.
He just was pointing it out. He's the lightning rod to point it out, whether it's for God's hand or whatever he is. He's being used by God to expose the truth. And then whatever happens to him, happens to him. It doesn't matter because we have to take it from there. Yeah. We have to step it up. We got to go to community, like Jay said in the last podcast.
No,
we have.
I don't think they're going to use one person as God's hand. When this shit all crumble, when you're this great awakening you're talking about, the people will be God's hand.
100%. But I think he's, like I said, a lightning rod to ignite it. To be like, and he's been
almost like Braveheart. Remember when he goes out? It was William Wallace, but it was the army behind William Wallace that made him so strong. Because William Wallace alone got killed. He was alone when he got killed.
100%.
But with his army, he could not. So let's say whoever the front man is, Trump, whoever he is, the lightning rod. But Rondell is right. The people are going to say, "We're behind
community,
you,
exactly,
and we're gonna run with you, just like Braveheart."
100%.
You know what I mean?
I totally. I was listening to a podcast, X-22 Report.
Freedom.
Yeah, exactly. And I was listening to X-22 Report. And that's what he said. That they're going to do so much stuff to Trump that it's going to make more and more people want to get behind him instead of looking at him like he's the enemy. They're going to be like, well, they're indicting him again. What the fuck? Like, this is bullshit. But you're right, and that the X-22 Report guys said the same thing today, and then in that Great Awakening movie, that's what they say as well, the same thing. Like, it's the people, we have to do it locally, community, we come together, and then as we all come together in each little community, it becomes more and more and more, and the next thing you know, you're like, boom, there we go, and then we're at a whole new level, a whole new reality, a whole new vision, because it's a new vision is what it's about. It's about a whole new vision of our reality and how we defined our reality, and that's because we've been psychologically manipulated. Our consciousness has been manipulated.
It's been manipulated for a long time.
Exactly.
Long thing.
Something that it's when you become aware of it, you know, when you become aware that you're being manipulated and you realize what you realize, again, I say that, you know, that you're being manipulated, that's when you realize and you say, hold up, what the fuck, what are you saying?
Yeah.
You know, you start seeing things and like, that's not true.
Yeah.
Why you guys are putting clouds in the sky?
Yeah.
What's going on? Now I'm noticing planes flying every day, floating clouds in the sky. When a sunny day, they say it's going to be cloudy in the news.
Yeah.
You know, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, you start to realize, like, you guys have been lying to us.
About everything.
You
All of
know,
it,
they
all
want to
of it.
keep you inside, locked up in fear.
Yeah.
No, you need to get the fuck out, get right, and stand up.
Start living.
And start living in love.
Yes.
Because love, let me tell you something, you live in love, nobody's going to mess with you. You know, love isn't soft. Love is tough.
Yeah.
You know, the love shirt on, yeah. Love is tough. To be a lover, you have to be tough.
That's true.
Any softie could be like, you know, fucking tough guy.
That
You know,
lover, not a fighter
Yeah,
shit. That
dude,
shit
that's
ain't
all
true.
bullshit, bro.
That shit's not true.
Right.
The
Yeah.
real love is the fighter because
Yeah.
you have a passion.
Yeah.
gonna
You
fight
win
for
when
it.
you have a passion, bro.
And when you have a love for
That's
something.
right. When you have a love for something and you fight for something like this country, like my family, you know, me, my freedom. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna fight for that shit. I ain't gonna fucking sit in my room, oh my God, they're coming. No way. Here they come. Clack, clack, they're coming. Let's
There
go.
you go. Yeah.
Freedom.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's the
Hell yeah,
truth.
dude.
Well, I mean, he says it in
Fuck
the
that.
movie. You can run for now, and you'll live for now. But you know, do you really want to fight for freedom? You know, and that's what it comes down to.
Think about it, shit. I always thought that was a crazy saying. We fighting for peace.
Yeah.
We fighting for
Yeah,
freedom.
it's like
Something
it's
so
an
fucking
oxymoron.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You gotta fight for peace. It's not. This ain't a world where it's just give pieces. It's just something you can just click on in your mind state. Peace is something we really fighting for in this world.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. World peace.
I tell you though too, you know, it's and the sad thing is that I think the ones that are being affected the most is our young population, you know, and our young people are getting affected by it. They're frustrated, you know, they're not in school the way we were in school. They don't have those friendships, so things are different, you know, for these young people. And you know, it's not. I mean, look, you know, everybody has a rough upbringing depending on how you were brought up. You know, my tough could be, you know, different than your tough, but your tough could have just been as hard for you as my tough was for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's personal dream.
Everybody's stuff is different, right? So it's just when you see things and you see these young people losing themselves because of what's going on in the world, because parents aren't paying attention, because we're too distracted by television, by having to work 2 jobs because we got bills, you know, car payments, we got all these debt, and we tend to forget about our young people, and they get lost. And you know, the sad thing is that, you know, good people, good parents, and they doing the right thing. Like me, I put myself in the mix, you know. When I worked in the car business, I worked 20 hours, man. So I worked all day.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I was already passed out drunk because that's what I did.
just shot.
You know?
Yeah, you were
I was
shot
shot
out.
out,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I had no time for my kids. So I thought, here's a toy, here's a game, I got the money, whatever you need. There's a swimming pool in the back, there's a boat outside. You know, when you think you're doing the right thing for your family, when really they just want to throw a football with you.
That's it.
You know what I mean? They just want to sit down and maybe, you know, for you to watch one of their shows. This way they could laugh with you.
Absolutely.
You know, so,
Yeah, we
you know,
lo-
these
we
are the
lose
things that we've lost because of that, because of the crisis, the pandemic, the COVID, everything got shut down, you know, schools. And
All of it.
It just became this horrible thing. And we need to change that. We need to turn it around to where our young people are outside with other young people doing fun things. You know what I mean? Playing, you know, music or
All of it.
just, you know, smoking a doobie with their friends. Whatever, cool. You
Whatever
know,
that- whatever
it is that
brings
it is
joy.
that brings you joy. Going to the beach. Hey, we're planning to go camping this week. You know, and they've lost that.
Shit,
You
my
know.
parents used to make us go outside.
Right?
Yeah. Mine
outside.
too.
Go outside.
See,
I
your
don't wanna
parents
see
were
you.
old school. You were
I don't
blessed.
want to see you for a
He
minute.
was.
You were
He was
blessed,
blessed.
Rondell,
What?
because your parents were old school, bro.
Yeah.
Because I was like that with
Kick us out that
bro.
day.
you know how I raised Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm old school. When it came to certain things, my kids were afraid of me.
Yeah.
And I never really hit my kids. They were afraid of me, though, bro. They wouldn't do stupid shit. And if they did, they make sure I ain't find out.
No. I mean, that's what we grew up the same way.
Damn sure.
Yeah.
They made sure, bro. Because they knew. Because I wasn't going to tolerate it because I've already been there. You know, like, I tell you straight up, bro. Like, it's like this, right? I tell a young person, don't do it. I already did it for you.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up place. I already did it. You don't have to. Because I already did it. And I'm telling you how not to. I'm telling you, don't go that way, don't go this way. It's up to the young person
To say, I
You're right.
I got you, man. You're right, bro. Fuck it.
I
You
ain't
know,
even
I
gonna
know you
test
did
it.
time.
You
I can
said it.
see, yo.
Yep, you tell.
So what is it what block I gotta avoid? What should I not do
What step
that you
should I-
did
Exactly.
that I don't have to because you already did it?
Yep.
You know, and I told that to my children. You never got to go to jail because I've already been there.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me about drugs? You want to talk to me about shit? We can talk. Let's chat.
all of
You know what I mean? I'm not hiding shit from y'all. You know what I mean? They seen it.
Yep.
They seen that they drugged out dad, their alcoholic dad. They didn't like that guy.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's you. I mean, you're speaking truth there, Eddie.
100, bro.
That's,
So
you
I'm
know,
just saying that we have to really start looking after our young people. And even if it's not your young person, but you see a young person doing something, maybe you should take responsibility and say, hey, young man, not getting in your business, you know, but there's a better way, man. I see you have potential. Not just putting them down, because we have a tendency to do that, but putting out their potential. You got potential. You got so much going for you,
You
bro.
got talent.
All the other shit is bullshit. You got so much that's real, that's fucking substantial, something that you could fucking hold on to.
Yep.
You're losing it for a dream, a fucked up dream at that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So if they could get that, then it's like, yo, it's fucking
talent.
100. Then that's real. It's good, you know? But they got to learn from your experiences, too. Listen, like I say, your tough was different than my tough. But my kid, right, there's stuff that my kid could go through that you can help with because I can't ID.
Exactly.
I can't identify. I don't know that feeling.
No.
You do. You could tell me, bro, I remember when
yeah.
I did, and it happened.
Yeah.
Remember we shared.
Talked
That's why I'm
about
not
that.
putting it
Yeah,
out
'cause we
there.
could talk to-
right?
yeah, you want me to
because
talk
I
to
didn't
Josh,
go
'cause
through
I went through it, you didn't go through it,
I
he went.
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't go through it,
Yeah,
so I could only go through what you went through.
Yeah.
You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like I can't share an experience that I didn't go through.
That's it. 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, you
But-
can't.
Right, I can't identify. I could bullshit you. Yeah, I could imagine how it is.
Yeah,
no,
I could imagine,
I
but I
could tell
can't.
you.
Yeah,
I
but
could
I
tell
can't.
you. Listen, young man. And I tell a lot of young people, they're pretty kind. They like to look pretty. You know, listen, young man.
You ain't gonna make it.
You ain't gonna make it in jail.
Yeah.
Because I don't care how much you refuse. You're gonna be somebody's girlfriend. And they ain't gonna say they're gay. They're gonna say you're gay.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's the way that go. I don't care how tough you think you are, whatever. I seen it. Bro, my first day in Sing Sing Correctional, true story, right? 1987, I'm going through the hallway with my blanket, right? I'm coming from another jail, right, getting transferred. I'm walking through, I'm in A block. The second tier, right, which is J, right? On the back, this black, little skinny black kid comes running out of the bathroom. Right? Behind them is a big black dude. Bro, grabbed him and took him back in the shower. You understand? Me and the police were walking.
You were like, what?
The police did that
So
thing.
you gonna let that slide, bro?
Bro,
You ain't
my
see that?
first day.
How
My
was that?
first day in Sing
You ain't see
Sing.
that?
Bro, my first day in Sing Sing Correctional. So just to tell you, my first day gave me a warning.
Right?
So yo, this is gladiator school. It's time to
Yep,
fucking get
it's time to
fucking
buck up in
100,
this
bro.
bitch.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight
Look
up, bro.
in this bitch.
And it's the way it is, you know. But you know, it. Don't remember Beretta. Don't do the crime.
Yeah,
if You
yeah.
can't do the time.
Yeah.
That's some
Yeah.
bullshit, probably.
Don't do it.
You're right. You're right. I mean, that's, I just remember when I went in this time last year, I was in for that overnight, and just a little bit that I dealt with. And I was just like, oh my God, this is like,
This sucks.
I was like, this is horrible. Like, this is horrendous what they're doing
Oh
in here.
my God.
Just the workers and the everything. The whole atmosphere was just all by design. It's all part of the fucking
So
control
imagine
system.
8 fucking years.
Right? Yeah, no.
8.
I sat there and just was like, how many more hours
a
I gotta
day.
be here?
8 years.
It was bad, dude.
8 years, you're theirs.
Yeah.
8 years.
And
you
that's
got a number. You got a number,
And
you got a date.
and mine-
the in between is all prison.
and
There's nothing else. You can't. Your dreams are maybe they'll put me in a single cell. Those are your aspirations, bro.
I'll be honest with you. Like when they put
me in a single cell.
when they put you in the pod, I didn't know. They were all wandering around using the phone and stuff. They put me in the pod, didn't shut the door all the way, and I was just like, all right, well, do I shut the door away? Lock
Hell
myself?
no, I would have shut that
myself-
bitch. Y'all trying to set me up.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I shut the door all the way, or do I leave it open
you
until
gotta
it's
leave it open
bedtime?
so you could come out to watch TV.
Yeah, but I didn't know what to do.
My
I'm like,
first day in that bitch would have been shut. Y'all ain't set me the fuck up.
That's
Right?
crazy.
Especially with the charges you went in
And
there
the
for,
thing
they
is,
could have sent somebody there to beat
not
your
even
ass.
that, bro. John,
You wouldn't even knew.
John has never been in,
Yeah, you
in
never
trouble,
been to jail,
bro.
so you never been through that shit.
No,
So me, I done been in trouble
Oh,
before.
yeah.
So I would have went in that bitch and the door would have been left open. Nah, y'all ain't catching
Can
me
I tell
slipping
you
like that.
something? My first
That's what I
time.
thought.
My
Yeah.
first time in a jail cell. True story. I was. It was 1972. Right. I was going to be 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I got arrested for an attempted robbery of a watch. True story. So I saw this guy, older guy. I was a kid, and I liked his watch. It was shiny gold, bro. It wasn't
get
real
that
gold. And I tried to take it, and he held me till the cops came.
Wow.
Yeah. So when the cops came, they put me in jail. They gave me a JD ticket.
Oh my God.
Back then, they used to give you JD tickets.
What is that? Juvenile.
Juvenile, like
Delinquent.
date. You had to do like a juvenile date, whatever the fuck it was. So you got a JD ticket, right? And you had to appear in court, and then they determine what happened. So my sister, please, he's only 11. Yeah.
He was joking.
So what happened is that I told John, and this is a fact, Rondell, that jail is a revolving door. What happens to a lot of people, and especially like if you're from, if you just want to do your own thing, it's not where you're from, because it happens to even kids on the beach.
For real.
It's
Once
a
that door
revolving door.
opens,
What happens is that your attitude needs to change, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. So what happens is that you get caught out there, right? Now they got an eye on you.
Yeah.
Now you got
At all times.
Now you're on paper in Florida.
You're in the system.
Yeah, now you're in the system. Now you got to report. Now you got to pay to report. Now you're frustrated. Now you got to pee in a cup. Now you got to do whatever they tell you. You got to have a job. So it's almost like being outside jail.
Yeah.
But so you do one stupid thing,
That's it.
and they put you back in jail.
Yep.
So it's like a door, right? So what happens? You get to meet people in jail, and you get like that jailhouse attitude. You know what I mean? And it starts to become a lifestyle.
Yeah.
For a guy like me that did 8 years, and my old friend, right, Boz, who did 15, it becomes a lifestyle.
8 years. That's a big chunk of your life.
Yeah, 8 years of doing the same thing over and
Every
over
day.
again become a lifestyle. You don't know what else to do.
That's right. You get caught in the circle. That's why they call it a circle, like a cycle. It's
and
called a
then
system.
I got out and then got arrested again
Yeah,
because after doing 8 years,
Yeah.
I got out and caught a parole violation. So it was like it's a revolving door. Even here in Florida, until I was like 50, I'm going to court tomorrow. I'm
You've been
going to
doing
court
almost
tomorrow.
2 years almost.
Yeah, for a felony DUI that I haven't been drunk in 7 years. It's fucking crazy.
I know.
But what I'm saying to you is just because
So bad.
Eddie has this record.
Yeah.
Eddie gets pulled over. I have a federal gun recidivist. I got federal shit going on.
Yeah.
So it's a door
Yeah.
that I try to warn young people to stay away from. Even now in my old age, I got to go to court tomorrow looking at a felony for a DUI that I wasn't.
Wasn't
I
drinking.
shouldn't.
Wasn't even
I wasn't drinking. It was
Should
just
never happen.
it should have never happened.
Yeah.
But because of that door,
Yeah.
because if I would have just been Joe Schmo from up the block, never been arrested, but they see that. Oh shit! Look at this guy's record.
And that's what they said when they picked me up at the house. They were like, "Oh, we were surprised. We didn't wonder why we ever came here, come to get you. You don't have any priors and everything." I'm like, "I know." And that
They
crazy.
look at that.
I know.
So when you
They do.
have them,
They do.
yeah.
I know. That's what they said. They said
Yeah.
they don't even need
Well,
priors.
and so-
54 years old has
So
no
a guy
priors.
like me goes in the system, they look at me, I'm considered a career criminal. They don't see all the kindness, they don't see all the love I share with people, they don't see who I really am.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They see a piece of paper saying all the bad things I did.
Yeah.
So Eddie's been a career criminal. His first arrest was 1972. You know what I mean? Here we are, 2023. You know what I mean?
And then your case is still going 2 years later. Mine got dropped after like couple 4 months, and that was it. Nothing.
Because,
and I'm thinking I would have had probation.
Yeah,
and all
not
this
because
shit.
you're Johnny White Boy.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it that way.
I know.
Johnny White Boy in the sense clean sheet.
Clean sheet. Yeah.
Because it could be Johnny.
It could be Rondell White Boy, but
Rondell
clean
has
sheet.
a clean sheet.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No.
Well, yeah.
Well,
just the one story that you told us.
well, you know what I'm saying. Compared to me, your sheet is white as fuck.
Yeah, my shit clean. Man. Compared to
Well, that's what happens.
I'm squeaky.
You know? So if I have an opportunity, so if I had an opportunity to tell one young person that I love, right, stop.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it every time.
Yeah, just stop. You know what? You know why? Because I already know where it's going.
Oh.
I already been there. You know, and if a young person don't listen, and yet he believes your story, knows your past, and you're not listening, that's ignorance.
And it's fine.
You know, and you know, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance will put you in jail.
Ignorance
will bite your ass. Ignorance can get you
Ignorance will
killed.
get you killed.
It's stupidity now.
Yeah.
You know, it was bliss. You know, I mean, I was ignorant for
So
a long
just
time
putting
when
it
came
out
to a
there,
lot
you
of
know what I
things,
mean?
You know?
So any young person out there listening, so if you got a parent, this may be a good show for a young person to listen to if you're struggling with some kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
But that goes back to the Great Awakening again and the Great Reset. I mean, it's are we going to be controlled as a society and our kids be mind controlled for the rest of their lives?
But that's what's happening. They're after our kids.
Exactly. So then we got to go back to how do we fix that? How do we make sure that doesn't happen? And that's speaking up, telling young ones this is not what's going on. This is the path that we need to be going on, not that path. You know, the transhumanism path. The fucking the programming of the phones and all the technology and everything. It's destroying the minds of the human race. I mean, we're up against AI, like we talked about in a few podcasts, and this is what the Great Reset is all about: going to AI, going to Neuralink, going to controlling your
you
thoughts.
got this thing, Chat GPT.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't even have to write a paper.
Bro, you could ask that thing anything.
Anything. I haven't gone near it because I know it's bad.
Bro,
I know
once you get into it,
know
bro,
it's
that
wrong.
shit has you.
Yeah, and I hear people using it for their jobs, writing grants and doing all these things. I'm like, I used to sit behind a computer, write a grant. Now you don't even have to do that anymore. I'm like, where have we gone? Like, where?
But I got to tell you, a lot of companies are using it.
A lot
of companies.
And if I was still in the Matrix, if I was still working at Salvation Army and I needed to write grants like I used to, the way I did it 10 years ago, I would use it too because it would make my job easier. So then it basically puts you out of a gig because they don't need you anymore. They don't need you to write a fucking grant. It makes no sense. That's why that's
the whole
not good.
point.
Did you see the thing that the artificial intelligence has created? Basically, nanoparticle skin.
Yeah, I saw
like,
that. Yeah.
If it made a machine out of just nanoparticles and we hit it with something, it just heal itself.
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's crazy.
So it goes back to the God thing I was telling you about.
God AI. Think about that. At the end of the day, like I said, the first thing, if that thing learned anything about defense, if the computer ever learns defense, it's gonna learn what can kill me. My creator is the only thing that can.
100%.
I can tell you that the scary part about that, man, is that's real. I see that happening in this lifetime. If then we go back to the Terminator. If we don't do something about it, we really need to stand up against this shit, not contribute to it. Let's put it that way. We need to start buying from small businesses that are not contributing to these big corporations. If there's a lot of small delis, you don't have to go to these big supermarkets. You don't have to do none of that shit. You know what I mean? So
no, you're right. No, and what it is that's what's happening. These corporations have to go down. We have to get rid of them. We have to stop supporting them because we are the ones that give this reality, this great reset or great awakening. We're the one that gives it its power. We give it its power by giving our power away to the system. So we power it up. So the only way to bring it down is to not put the power into it anymore, to take our power away. That's peaceful non-compliance. We're not going to comply. Like your thing says, I will not comply, the cup. It's peaceful non-compliance because that's what it comes down to. Because if we don't comply, the system collapses. That's it. It's over. It's done. It's history. So there is no great reset. There is no transhumanism. We just say, no, we're not doing this. And that's what has to happen. That's what the Great Awakening really is. It's real. It's fucking true.
Yeah, everybody just gotta fucking say no.
Yeah, and that's what's happening is everybody's starting to see little truths that are affecting their world, their lives, whatever that truth may be. It's affecting them, and they're going, "Wait a minute, something's not right here. I think there's something wrong. There's something going that's not what I thought it was." And it's starting to make them feel uncomfortable. This is what this is all about: is making people feel uncomfortable in their own little reality, whether they like it or not. That's why they say nothing can stop what's coming. Whatever's coming, whatever it is, if it's a grand solar flash, if it's some kind of huge event, an earthquake, whatever the fuck it is, nothing can stop it, and there's no way that people are going to be able to look away from it and say, "No, I don't want to see that."
Yep.
That's it. There's no way if that's what happens.
But I believe it's gonna be something so gut wrenching.
That's what I think too, Rondell.
Straight to the
Darnell. Little one of Jay.
fuck you, Jay.
I had to throw that out there just to so Jay.
Yeah, do it.
Jay,
My
we
boy
love you.
Jay.
Good show,
It
Jay.
was a great show.
He apologized. He heard it. He was like, "Bro, my bad. It was just that one time. My bad."
No, Jay Bird was great. That was a great show.
I like Jay. I've always liked Jay.
Had a lot of people compliment on it.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
That was Bumbleclaw.
But you are right, Rondell. I think it's going to be something very gut wrenching. One of the guys that I follow, Max Egan, used to say that it's going to make people throw up in their mouth.
Yeah.
It's going to make them throw up in their mouth. They're just going to go, "What? You mean what?" And they just won't be able to hold it in. Like it'll just make them so just it's going to be bad. But it's not going to be bad at the same time. You know?
Anonymous been quiet for a long time.
Yeah.
It's their
Yeah.
they've been quiet. That's all I know. So when they hit that corner, it's gonna be some nasty.
Yeah, I agree. But again, that's all we have to do is just be prepared. You know, just be prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. That's it. That's all you can do. That's it. Stay awake and aware. Steady, clear, and awake. That's it. And just be aware of your surroundings and protect your energy. And be ready to be able to help people. You know, be ready to help people with their you know whatever gut wrenching situation it is, to be there to help them. You know, to be there to be like, you know what, this is what's happening, and this is where we're headed. You know, you can either come with us or not. Like Eddie said, what did you say that when we were working out? Like it's
come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go. You know,
Right.
it's going to be okay.
Don't be left behind. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what's happening too. It's almost like we're going to have to tell people the truth, and almost in a loving way for them to see. And the sad thing is that a lot of people aren't going to go through the door.
No.
That's what we'll talk about in the gym, is that, you know, we're going to tell people this is the light, this is the way, come on, this is it, this is what you've been waiting for. And because you don't see a person or whatever thing you're expecting, you're not going to go in. You're going to think it's deceitful because it's not true.
Yeah.
But it is the truth.
Yep.
What you're waiting on is the lie.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I mean? So, and that's what happened. And a lot of people are going to be left behind because of their disbelief.
Exactly.
You know, because you're going to show them this is the doorway.
They're going to go like this.
Hurry up.
I don't want to see it.
No, I can't because I believe this. The man is coming in a white horse, or he's going to come in the Buddha, whatever. You know, he's coming, and I'm waiting on that. But yet, the truth is through this door, and you're not going to come in because you've convinced yourself there's only one way.
And there's a saying that a friend of mine says that I listen to. He says that you know, it's like the guy on the top of the house when the city's flooded. He's on top of the house and he's waiting for God to save him. And so then here comes a guy with a boat. And he's like, "Hey, you need some help?" And he's like, "No, I'll be all right. God's gonna save me."
Oh, yeah.
And then the guy comes with a boat and he goes, "You want some help?" And he goes, "No, God's gonna save me." And the water's getting higher. Then somebody comes with a helicopter and he goes, "You want some help?" And he goes, "No, God's gonna save me." And then he ends up dying. And he goes to heaven and he goes, "Hey God, how come you save me?" He goes, "I sent you 3 things.
I sent you a boat, a plane,
Yeah, it was a boat. Two boats.
You wanted me to come down myself?
Yeah. You know, so
that.
that's where it comes down to that. It becomes to like you have to see the signs. You have to see the synchronicities. You know, whatever that may be.
Whoever around you when they go down, they gonna be just use that line right there.
I know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is it. Like this is it. Like this is it. Like don't turn your head away from the signs.
You know, that's crazy. You know, when we've been watching that show From.
Yep. Yeah.
Just like that. In the show, they're like, "Yo, listen to us.
Yeah.
Just come inside.
Yeah.
And we'll explain everything.
Exactly.
Come inside, And we'll explain everything.
And the people
Do not
are like,
drive around.
they don't believe him.
They don't believe him.
They don't believe him.
Motherfuckers end up
They
getting
keep
fucked up.
driving around in a circle. They keep driving around.
When they get nighttime, you dead.
You're done. So they tell them, get out of the car, just come in, we'll explain to you what's going on. Because they don't realize that they can't leave this town.
They keep driving around in a circle trying to leave the town.
It's fucking
and they
crazy,
can't.
dude.
They're trapped in another dimension.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking nuts.
It's nuts.
Twilight Zone type shit.
Yeah, Twilight Zone type shit.
It's interesting to watch. I mean, I got into it. Rondell got me into it. It's called From. It's on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't watch no shows. I keep on watching my fucking cop
I don't
shows.
usually either, but that turned me on. He turned me on that because of the continuous cycle.
I watch the cop shows. I've been watching the cop shows. I always have. I've always liked the cop shows. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Law and Order. I've been watching Law and Order since probably
good. Yeah, they're
episode
good.
1. It's fucking they're on like 25th season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's some good ones out there.
Yeah.
The Great Awakening one's good. There's another one that came out. The people that did died suddenly. They did another one that just came out. That's pretty good. You know, just it's this truth that's come out. And then the one Jim Caviezel's doing the one Sound of Freedom with about the trafficking kids. That's coming out July 4th.
That's supposed to be
And they've been trying
good.
to suppress the shit out of that movie.
Of course.
And now it's
They don't
coming
want
out.
that
Look
shit.
at the timing of it. It's coming out right now. 2 years ago, it wouldn't have the impact that it has now. People know about trafficking with everything that's going on at the border and everything. It's a lot more polarized now than it was before. So now you have a lot of people who are going to see this movie and go, and a lot of them are going to get a little emotional. They're going to throw up in their mouth too, because this movie is going to be interesting. Because
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, but that's what has to happen. These are the little trickles that come out, whatever that may be. And I think it's by God's hand to put this out here now and be like, here you go. This is Sound of Freedom. Take a look. Here's the documentary. Great Awakening. Take a look.
Pretty soon, John, I'm gonna be calling you to come and we're gonna go do a rescue and shit like that because that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Oh yeah. This is how we save ourselves.
Yeah.
We have to do it. We have to get involved. We have to know that it's corrupt. I mean, because again, this movie talks about how everything has been corrupted. Everything has been infiltrated. You can't trust the Department of Justice to get justice. So you can't. There's no way that we're going to get justice for these kids by waiting on them. We have to do it. We have to be involved. We have to do it locally and be like, hey, this is going to stop. This can't keep going on. CPS can't be stealing kids for no reason.
For real.
That's got to stop. You guys are corrupt. You need to quit that job. People are going to be whistleblowers. They're going to have to come out and say, you know what? We took this lady's kids and we shouldn't have done it. And it was fucked up. And that's why I'm getting the hell out of this.
Yeah.
So that
They
has to
should have
be
never
local.
took Megan's kids. I witnessed that. That was fucked up.
They should have never took her kid.
Yeah.
That's why I went to jail, because of a stupid video of them taking the kid, 5-day-old kid.
It was interfering.
And here it is, a year later. And she
get
still
in our
hasn't
way.
had her kid.
No,
Custody interference is not even my kid. How's that custody interference? But
because they were ignorant. They just wanted you out of the picture.
well, because we exposed what they're doing.
truth.
Exactly. We exposed the truth, and we happened to be there. And I believe, like I said before, I was just a hand of God standing there holding the video going, I'm exposing the truth. And I don't know, whatever happens after this is going to happen. But it's always going to be out there in perpetuity. And people are going to see it. And they're never going to have to deny it.
Well, we're reporters, man. We're always looking out to see what's going on.
Of course. That's the whole point, And, we brought it to the light, just like everything else. Everything else is coming to light. That's just in our little backyard. That's all. We're doing our part. Like we told Jay last podcast, nobody else is going to do it. Who's going to do it? Who's going to sit in a room and talk about this stuff in our little town and be truthful and bring in guests that are good people?
Oh, yeah, real people.
We
Most of
have,
the people here just wanna-
I go back and listen to some of our old podcasts.
Oh, by the way, Jeff Dustin is coming back. The street preacher. He's coming back. He texted. He got in touch with me and John.
And I went back and listened to that podcast. That's a badass podcast. When you go back and listen to Jeff Dunstan's podcast, the street teacher, you listen to it now compared to when we talked about it then, and you're like, wow, dude, like he was.
He has a strong
You were
message
calling him
coming.
John. You were calling him John the Baptist. You were calling, so now look at him. Everything he said on the side of the road with a bunch of signs is exactly what's going on. That's powerful.
Corrupt,
That's
betrayal, treason.
all of it, and that's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real shit. That's real. And we put a voice to the face.
Oh, yeah.
And that'll always be remembered, and it'll always be out there in perpetuity.
Remember what he said, that they used to throw coffee at him, and then people started bringing him coffee.
They threw coffee at him. They threw stuff at him just because he was trying to tell people that Joe Biden was a crook.
Yeah.
And he didn't need he didn't need the laptop to tell
Treasonous,
you.
yeah.
And he didn't need the laptop. He would do it before that.
There's pictures of the laptop out there now. You know those pictures.
Yeah,
Are out.
but how amazing that he knew it before the laptop even came out. He just tell people he went to the library.
Well, he's a prophet.
Yeah,
He was a prophet.
100%. You know,
I mean, this guy lives in a home up north. He's not a bum.
it's a great
And
podcast.
And he was out there just to expose the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, just to let the truth be known.
And what did he tell you? God told him. You know,
Yeah.
God told God, tell me what to do.
That church in the mall was supporting them too, which is good.
Yeah.
What's the name of that church? Christian Unite.
Yeah, United. Yeah.
Yeah, Christian United. It's out of the mall here in Indian River County.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm working on, and I know we're going to talk about this, but I'm looking to start getting a group of people together to start gathering about what we need to do in case of something happens where the grid goes down. We know who we can trust, who we can reach out to. People like Bubba.
yeah, we got to start building a community like we were talking about with Jay. It's true.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I'm gonna start putting a list together of people.
Actually, I got to pick up some more ammo.
Yeah.
I need more ammo.
All right.
I got to go to. When's the next gun show?
Probably next month. Probably
I should have
July.
grabbed all those rounds from your boy when he was saying that shit.
I
He was
know.
like, yeah, bro, I got you, bro. He was
Right.
like, I don't need them anymore. They switched. The sheriff's department
Yeah.
switched their ammo
Okay.
regulations, so he had bought all this fucking ammo for no reason.
Oh, jeez.
And bro, I was like, shit. I was like, I would grab some right now, but I got bills, dude. I was like, fuck.
It was hard.
I should have
yeah.
grabbed them shits when I had the chance. It was a good deal too.
Well, it's just good to have like people
I
that
got
we
a
know.
bunch of 9mm. I just got to get more 380, and I want to get some 22 and I want to get a few boxes of shotgun shells for my pump shotgun.
Yep. But we had and other people that like have ham radios that for communication.
I told you about the ham radios. It's funny that you say that.
Yeah.
They're hard to get now.
I know.
When I was looking at them last year, they were an easy find. Now people have been getting them.
They make some pretty good toy ones for kids.
Yeah, I know
they
they
do.
do.
Oh, yeah, they
5
do.
mile distance.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably get like that guy
Buy a
Jim
bunch of them little shits.
Jim Davis that does it. Yeah.
5 mile distance.
That run by battery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they got some you're right. They got some of the bigger ones that they use
do.
for camping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good too.
No, just be smart to have some people in the room that know what they're doing about certain things.
Yeah.
Just so we have people to reach out to when if things get to where we got to be like, all right, now we need to fucking start talking to people and and being
Well, I
community.
seriously think if this continues, what we really need to do is that we need to get at least 10 acres up north somewhere and just build our own community.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
Because if you give 10 families an acre, that's enough. You could put enough wheat, put enough, food there to grow.
Oh yeah.
You got somebody cow, somebody does chicken,
Yeah.
somebody does this, and we barter off each other. Everybody takes care of their own stuff. Everybody, does their own work around the house and maintains and, we keep ammoed up and build our own community and it's no trespassing.
Nope. Yeah, that's where
That's
we're headed.
it.
That's where we're headed. That's why we're coming in and getting all
Almost
these
like an
people.
outside bunker.
Yeah, yeah. That's why we, these people we brought in that we talked to podcasts and everything like that. That we, bringing them in and talking to them like, Johnny from Caps, Nick Novak, people that we know.
John's saying, hold on, I'm going to get my house out there too.
Right? I know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But think of it, Rondell. If we had 10 acres up north, right, and I gave you an acre to build a house, right? You build your house, you got an acre, and all you got to do is provide something. What is it that you can do? I could provide vegetables. Okay, great. So vegetables is your thing. You know what I mean?
and chickens and then
Well, we eat too. We got to smoke.
yeah. Well, everything. I mean, everything that God provides, everything that like God
Well,
provides
yeah, I
for
got
us
to tell you, man,
to
we just
survive.
saved my life. It took me off of gabapentin, Wellbutrin, Trazodone, Paxil, Zoloft. They had me on lithium. They had me all kinds of shit, man.
Fucking lithium.
They had me on lithium, bro.
a battery?
Right? Jesus. Fucking lithium.
Fucking beef to the
Yeah.
fucking joint. Seriously.
That's crazy.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
It's a fucking cigar.
Famous.
Cigar. Fucking lithium.
But lithium, yeah. So, now I just do cannabis. My life is great.
Yeah, and I've been doing those X39 patches. They've been working great. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you some. You should try them.
Let me try 3 of those.
Yeah.
I could probably afford some now.
Yeah, try them out. It's a stem cell rejuvenation patch. Yeah, and you just put it on, and it works with light. With light. So when you're out in the light and everything like that, it activates it. Because it's light and sound healing. It's kind of like the future of
Yeah, I was talking to Pat about that. She was interested in that. You may want to talk to her. She may be somebody that will buy from you.
Who?
Pat, the one, the girl who does the masseuse.
Oh, Pam.
Pam.
Yeah, I'll talk to Pam about it. Yeah, it's good. I just signed somebody else up today to do it. And they text. I talked to them. They text me and they were like, it's like my wife looked into that stuff. She's a nurse practitioner and
it's like stem cells.
she's very
Yeah,
interested in
bro,
that.
that's stem cells. As soon as you say stem cells,
I'll send you some information on it, Rondell. Yeah. It's the new.
Stem cells are crazy, man. Like with the study on stem cells, what people are doing with them now is just nuts. There's a lady that she's been curing cancer with stem cells.
So stem cells is it's always been a thing, but except it was for like the people with money.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was.
This is something that you can
It's
actually
affordable,
get.
yeah.
It's affordable, and you make money off it too. You can make money by everybody that you get turned on to it that's helping them. They buy some and then they bring people in. It's a level marketing thing, but it's also because it's helping people, and it's helping people. It's actually it's like reverse aging shit too,
That's something that I could even probably put out in the shop.
I know. All your members at the gym, at the new CBD store. I
wasn't gonna say it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I got to
I
tell
was
you
gonna say
this.
it after. But
Yeah.
Because that's really a good idea.
It is.
Because we're moving the shop, we're moving the podcast, so a lot of things will be
Changing.
moving this month. So it's our second year now in the podcast, and we'll be moving the podcast over to a new location, a bigger location, a better location.
Yep.
So the video will be better. It's just going to be a better spot.
Yep.
And so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The juice bar is going mobile, so Ashley's gonna go mobile juice box.
Beautiful.
So support that.
Yeah.
She's got a link out there. And I'm doing CBD and the gym. So
And then
the only thing that goes away is the cave. But I'll make my house my cave.
Yeah, that's all. That's what's happening with the cave I have at my house. It's turned it into the podcast room.
But
these will be
it'll
good for
still
your-
be the K420 studio.
Yeah, but these things are good. It'll be good for clients
Yeah,
from the
it's all,
gym. So
this is something that maybe
it's something we can, and it's growing here in Vero. A lot of people are starting to get involved in it and start using it.
So
So
let me see a few though.
because I'm going to start promoting it because I'm going to start getting involved. I need another couple people on the other side, and we can build it from there.
Because we're going to be hiring a girl and to do the computer work and social media. We're going to start letting somebody else do that.
Yeah. No, we're
Who's
growing. We're just
better at
building.
it,
Yeah, we're just growing.
And then I got Kimberly doing
you should start
yoga.
promoting those to cancer patients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start talking about it
Yeah.
on the podcast page. I'm going to start talking about it and just trying to get people to be interested in it.
Once I finish, getting that place done, I'm going to get back into certifications, different certifications, Because this is really, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
I really am.
And the gym's going to be in a great location.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice for Jim too. So it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited. It's gonna be epic. Like we put out that podcast, it's gonna be epic. It really is.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be. These next 6 months.
And you're gonna be a big part of it too. We all are. Rondell. We all gonna be a part of it. It's the way it is.
Just growth.
Yeah.
Just growth and just.
So how long we been on here now, man? Because our timer seems to be off.
50 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. The ticker
we
never
used to have a
shows up
little
on the
ticker.
screen. I don't know if
It's
the
not
screen
on the
needs
screen
maybe the
anymore.
screen needs to be smaller. It might be down at the bottom. It's too big. Yeah, I think it's just too big.
But
is what it
anyway,
is.
so,
we've been on like 50 minutes.
Yeah, so we're good. But I just want to let y'all know, man, that things are happening, so we will be moving. If you guys have any suggestions on anything that you feel that we should talk about or stuff like that, today, we're going to, I'm going to recommend, I'm going to watch it, that we watch The Great Awakening and see what John was talking about because it seems interesting as fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry I missed out on it, but I'm definitely going to watch it, tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, it just came in. It just came out over the weekend.
It's on Rumble, you said, right?
Yeah, it's on Rumble.
Okay, cool.
It just
So
came
we'll
out
go to
over the
Rumble
weekend.
and see that.
Yeah.
And
It's good.
Rondell's been watching what, From?
From.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. We're just putting out some shout-outs. If you gotta watch TV, watch something that's decent. Stay away from the fucking news, man. Please.
Exactly.
Something that gives you perspective.
Yeah, at least you get some opening. It opens your eyes, you know. It really does.
Expand your
start
mind.
to realize, like, holy shit, there really is something else besides what, whatever this guy is saying.
It's just expanding your mind, just opening up your mind to different realities, different things. That's all. That's all it is, man.
So let's just make it happen, man. That's all we got to do. We just got to stand up and make it happen, man. So
yeah, we
I
will.
just want to say, man, thanks for listening, man. God bless, Just continue to share the show, please share the show. Again, we're growing, the more people that listen to us, the better the show grows. We don't do it for trying to get sponsors, because we'll never do a sponsor. That I promise you, to a point that they're going to tell us what to say.
Exactly.
And... just God bless, man. Thank you.
The Great Awakening. That's the key. Stay human.
Love, peace, chicken grease, baby. We out.
Love, peace, chicken grease. We out.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.